Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ringside Cinema. I am Money Mike, and SmackDown just went off the air, so this does contain a spoiler if you have not watched SmackDown yet. But John Cena, Cody Rhodes, just like in their build up to WrestleMania, had another promo, but this was different. Now, the irony of this promo that John Cena cut tonight was that it essentially tied up or maybe even just wrapped up the entire selling his soul to the Rock storyline. And I say ironic because WWE just released WWE Unreal on Netflix, where they do talk about the heel turn in much detail. And tonight on SmackDown, basically, Cena just said, screw everything. Or I'm assuming Triple H was like, screw everything. We're going to just, tie all the loose ends up, which was what we wanted from the beginning because you go back to the promos before WrestleMania, we never knew why Cena did what he did. The whole thing was selling his soul to The Rock. Well, Cena never explained it to us. It was then The Rock who came on the Pat McAfee show after WrestleMania, mind you, when so many fans were, including me, who was there at WrestleMania, were expecting The Rock to be a part of that main event. But instead, we got Travis Scott. Yeah, let's just forget about that, right? We can use AI to edit him out, right? So we all expected The Rock to be involved, but he didn't show up in the build up to the match after the Chamber. He didn't show up at WrestleMania. So it was one of those things where we never got a true answer of why Cena did what he did. And then tonight on SmackDown, we got an answer, maybe? He said he bought into the idea of making shock TV and that after everything happened, The Rock and Travis Scott left him hanging. They basically just went away. They got him to do what he did, then just left, which kind of which goes with what The Rock said on the Pat McAfee show, where The Rock said that he told Cena, that his job was done after the Chamber, which, by the way, it was not done. We needed a proper conclusion, whether that was just The Rock helping Cena win at WrestleMania, or just him going out there to raise Cena's hand to solidify the partnership or anything. But we didn't get any of that. So Cena then went on this whole entire thing that he's going to ruin wrestling, and the story really became that he's going to take the title with him into retirement. And again, as a heel, you think, oh man, he was take the title into retirement. That's a great storyline. We even got the reverse of CM Punk and John Cena, where Punk was going to take the title with him after his contract was up. And, we got the reverse of that this year, where Punk was trying to prevent Cena from doing that. And so, ideally, you would think that John Cena, the heel, would want that you could run this for a few more months, especially if you really did want to do the whole, oh my gosh, this is the last night of John Cena. He's still the champion. What do we do if he takes the title? I feel like they still have had more time to flesh that out with him being a heel. But they just wrapped everything up tonight. Cena said that, hey, they left me hung and dry. Rock and Travis Scott left me hung and dry, and now tonight, the real John Cena is officially back in the WWE. which is exactly what a heel would say if he wants you to think that he's seen the light. Now, there's a couple of things that went through my mind during that promo. Number one, now I talked about the Seth Rollins injury, whether it was fake, real, and I did talk about it in my predictions. I felt like there's no way in the world. It definitely felt like with LA Knight not being on the card, it definitely felt like they had to reshuffle some things for Seth Rollins' injury. And it definitely felt like we were getting Roman versus Seth, which maybe on a future episodes of WWE Unreal, we might see what the original SummerSlam plans were. But it felt like they made too much of a shuffle. LA Knight, nowhere to be seen on the card, even though he pinned Seth Rollins. He was in the middle of all of this feud with Braun and Bronson, Seth. So, was LA Knight supposed to face Seth Rollins? Was LA Knight supposed to team with Jay? Was Roman supposed to only face Seth in a one-on-one match? There's a lot of things that probably WWE Unreal will tell us in the future, but it just feels like they shuffle the card up so much to where, like, even if Seth gets injured, like, you can find room for someone like LA Knight on the card, right? Like, why not LA Knight and Randy Orton against Drew and Logan Paul? Like, look, I'm impressed with the work that Jelly Roll has done, and I mean, look, that choke slam he does is pretty cool. I mean, the height he gets on that choke slam, I mean, that's pretty cool. And I like that he's been committed to training and actually wanting to do this, unlike a certain person named Travis Scott. But if Seth's injury was fake and it was all part of a story, there's just way too much shuffling. Like, why would you do it just for a cash in, right? But now, after watching that promo, I'm starting to think if the idea is that both Cena and Cody are baby faces heading into this show, and again, it could all be a ruse. John Cena could be tricking all of us. He basically said the real John Cena's back, and I guess this means we're getting back together with Cena. I mean, he broke up with us earlier this year. Now I guess we're I don't know. But this feels like, to me, it was WWE Triple H going, you know what? Screw it. We're going to just end everything with The Rock, end everything with Travis Scott. We're going to tie on the loose ends. We're going to make you a babyface again. And it's going to be babyface versus babyface. And then, boom, burn it down. Or Braun and Braun comes out first, and then Seth comes out afterwards, cashes in. He leaves with the WWE Championship on Sunday night. Or he could still cash in on CM Punk on Saturday night. But still, something feels off with that promo. Now, could we see The Rock? I've seen people say that maybe this is all a ruse to set up a Cody heel turn. Maybe Cody and The Rock are in cahoots. Maybe Cody finally emptied out all that adrenaline in his soul and gave his soul to The Rock finally. Like, something to me definitely feels off. We're either getting a cash in, a Cody heel turn, or it's all a ruse and John Cena just played every single one of us. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is the real John Cena back? Is he a babyface? Or is he just tricking us? Is he going to still be a heel after SummerSlam? Is he going to brutally beat up Cody Rhodes to the point that Cody is going to be off TV? We know Cody is going to be filming. So, in a way, the cash in with Seth makes a lot of sense. Because Cena's part time, Seth is filming the movie. Cody's filming the movie. So it made sense for that you need a full time champion. So Seth Rollins being that guy makes a lot of sense to take over while Cena's on his part time schedule. Cody's off filming Street Fighter. So I'm curious here. What do you guys think? Is the real John Cena back? Are we getting the Seth Rollins cash in? Or is The Rock going to show up and align himself with Cody Rhodes? Or Cody Rhodes is going to shockingly sell his soul to The Rock and turn heel? Comment below, guys. What do you guys think of that promo? And let me know who you think will win at SummerSlam. Go ahead, check out my predictions here. And I'll be back here on Sunday with my thoughts on the original WrestleMania card and the actual WrestleMania card that we got.